The shadow of the year 2100 stretches before us, not as a beacon of progress, but as a cyclopean monolith marking a descent into cosmic entropy. A date, whispered in dread amongst the dwindling conclaves of learned men, that portends not a mere turning of the age, but a rending of the very fabric of existence as we comprehend it. For upon this mortal coil, this insignificant sphere adrift in the vast, indifferent cosmos, a plague of fecundity festers, as each day, some 367,000 new souls are wretched into being. This relentless, unholy burgeoning of humanity, this tide of flesh and need, places an ever-mounting, unbearable strain upon the finite, and sickeningly fragile, resources of this terrestrial prison. A recent, unsettling study, unearthed from the crumbling vaults of the journal Sustainability, speaks in chilling, mathematical certainties of an impending doom. It postulates with the cold, uncaring precision of a cosmic entity, that within a scant 83 years, the wellsprings of sustenance upon which we so ignorantly depend shall be utterly exhausted. This is no mere scarcity, no temporary hardship to be weathered with human resilience. Nay, this is the harbinger of a true and final desolation, an unraveling of the very tapestry of life, leaving behind only a silent, dead world echoing with the mocking laughter of uncaring cosmic forces. The computer model, that unhallowed engine of cold calculation, reveals the horrifying calculus of our demise, charting the swift and inexorable depletion of our planetary sustenance. The signs, the omens, are writ large across the face of the earth, a grotesque tableau of impending annihilation. The corruption of the earth, once verdant lands, now scarred and barren, whisper tales of ancient, forgotten sins against the living world. The soil, the very substance of sustenance, is rendered infertile, a cursed wasteland where only twisted, unnatural things may dare to take root. This blight spreads like a creeping madness, a slow, agonizing death for the teeming multitudes that depend upon its bounty. Deforestation, a sacrilegious carving of the world's flesh, and the vile, unnatural fertilizers and pesticides, hastens this decay, leaving behind a sterile husk, a mockery of the life-giving earth. A worsening of being, the depletion of these vital resources will unleash a pestilence upon the very spirit of man. As the meager remnants of sustenance dwindle, a primordial struggle for survival will erupt, a nightmarish ballet of desperation and violence. The thin veneer of civilization will peel away, revealing the savage beast that lurks beneath. Access to the fundamental necessities of existence, food, water, and the very air we breathe, will become a twisted lottery, a cruel game played by uncaring gods, with the most vulnerable of humanity offered as sacrifices. The drying of the world, the lifeblood of the planet, the waters that flow through its veins, are being poisoned and drained at an alarming rate. The very heavens conspire against us, as climate change, that insidious, unseen hand, alters the ancient patterns of rain, unleashing both terrible deluges and endless, parching droughts. The underground reservoirs, the hidden fonts of life, are being plundered with reckless abandon, and the ichor of industry and the waste of human existence pollute the remaining streams. The wrath of the sky, and as if these terrestrial horrors were not enough, the very sky itself turns against us. Climate change, a manifestation of some ancient, cosmic malignancy, unleashes its fury upon the world. The heavens weep tears of fire and ice, as storms of unimaginable ferocity ravage the land, and the seas rise up in a wrathful tide, coastal cities and drowning millions in their cold, uncaring embrace. The findings of the Sustainability Study, that blasphemous text of impending doom, paint a terrifying portrait of a world teetering on the brink of oblivion. It is a world where the very elements conspire against humanity, where the familiar laws of nature are twisted and corrupted by some malevolent, unseen force. Yet, even in this abyss of despair, there remains a faint, flickering ember of hope. A possibility, however slim, that humanity might yet avert this cosmic horror, if it dares to turn away from the path of self-destruction and embrace a new, more sustainable way of existence. This will require a transformation of unprecedented scale, a fundamental reshaping of our relationship with the natural world. It calls for the tending of the earth, a new reverence for the soil, a rejection of the destructive practices that have converted fertile lands into barren wastelands. We must learn to the whispers of the earth, to understand its ancient rhythms, and to work in harmony with its delicate ecosystems. The control of the self, a sobering recognition of the limits of our fecundity, and a collective effort to curb the unbridled growth of our numbers. Appeasing the sky, a desperate plea to the heavens, a turn away from the path of carbon pollution, and an embrace of clean, sustainable sources of energy. The pursuit of forbidden knowledge, an unholy quest for new technologies, strange sciences that might yet offer a way to thee and heal the wounded earth. A covenant of nations, a joining of hands across borders, that this cosmic threat transcends the petty squabbles of men, and demands a united front against the encroaching darkness. The denying of appetite, a rejection of the wasteful, unsustainable desires that have driven us to this precipice, and an embrace of a more austere, more mindful way of life. The path before us is fraught with peril, and the hour grows late. Yet, if humanity can summon the will, the courage, and the wisdom to turn away from the abyss, it may yet be possible to avert this impending cosmic horror. The year 2100 need not be the death knell of mankind, but a new dawn, a testament to the resilience of the human spirit in the face of the ultimate cosmic terror.